So we decided to venture out to Tanner Peak out in Colorado. I'll tell you now, this trail is very steep and the camera definitely really flattens it out. I'm sure most of you Colorado riders who have been to Tanner know exactly how steep this trail gets. If you start off at the Tanner trailhead, it just goes for a straight climb to the top of Tanner Peak with no breaks at all. So most of my rides were mostly in first gear in the revs and occasionally second gear on the less steep spots. Just keep in mind, we did not have a break from climb. There were no flat spots until you reached this particular meadow.
Gear were you on most of those climbs, Ethan?
Second.
You're on second gear? Yeah. Did you hit third at all?
There was like tiny little section, but I back down.
Yeah, this guy mostly first gear, second gear.
First I have to a little easier. Work the clutch.
So right here we have the KTM250 EXCF. So this entire ride, this is Tanner Peak, this entire ride has been an entire first gear ride. It's just non-stop loose hill climbs.
Now I'm sure a B or an A rider can drift all over this place on second gear and probably third gear. And a double A rider can probably rev it out on third gear. But remember, a two-stroke needs to be in the res for it to move and does not have a traditional low-end grunt of a four-stroke. Now I decided to do a basic comparison of the KTM250 EXCF and the TE250i on one of the steeper trails of Colorado called Tanner Peak. Like I mentioned earlier, I was mostly in second gear and in the revs. There were a few times I was able to reach third gear, but it would just bog down and could not get it back in the revs again.
If I'm not mistaken, this is like around 8,000 or 9,000 feet elevation, and towards the peak it's about 10,000. So now it's starting to get a little more flowy and downhill too. So much trees.
I would slow down to catch a turn, clutch it in to get the revs back up, but it just did not have enough low end like Cool Eye's Colorado KTM, who was mostly on second and third gear, while I was mostly on first and second gear. And to be honest, I think I was mostly on first gear on this entire ride. I thought this was a great comparison for 3 reasons. 1, the trail was very steep the entire way, although the camera really flattens it out. 2, we have a 250 4-stroke and a 250 2-stroke, both of them being race performance bikes. 3, you can kind of tell the true intentions behind both machines. The 2-stroke rewards you and ends up riding about the same pace in the revs of first or second gear, while the KTM250 EXCF sticks around second and third in the low revs, and the speeds are about matched. The KTM250 EXCF is really a great machine. Just head over to Cool Eyes Colorado channel and be sure to ask him questions on it, since he is very familiar with the maintenance on the machine and had it for quite some time. I say, don't let the 250 EXCF scare you away. At the end, there is only so much power you can use on the more technical stuff, so that usually translates to more accurate throttle response and power output. Without a doubt, it is a great single track bike. And for the 250 to be handling these steep trails like Tanner Peak on second and third gear, that tells you something about this 250. And of course, it feels just as nimble and light as a 2-stroke. It's pretty amazing. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell button, it definitely helps my channel out. And you get to see all the other areas I get to travel, such as Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, and all the neighboring states. And I'll catch you guys on my next video.